is going to be structured like a pick a card reading. I decided that it's the best way I feel like to share these live readings. I think people are getting kind of confused. And at first, when I started them, I really didn't have too much structure, and I was like reading, people's questions and things like that. At this time, I'm only reading people's personal questions if they send a donation through Venmo for $25 or PayPal or Cash App. So I'm going to be pulling 3 cards, and you can watch this later if you decide you want to go watch for like the second group or third group. I'm also doing live readings over on Instagram, so be sure you follow me over on Instagram. And all donations are appreciated this time. I am booking private readings at this time, so all of that is appreciated. If you'd like to book a reading, you can send me a payment for $75 through PayPal, or you can just go through my website. I usually encourage everybody to go through my website, OracleDaphne.com. So, just to let everybody know, this is number 13. I've recorded 13 live readings so far over here on YouTube. I've recorded, I think, 23 over on Instagram, which is a lot of recordings. Out of 23 recordings, I've only made $30. So 23 plus 13, what is that? 36. I've done 36 free videos. None of these are monetized. And that means I've recorded 36 videos and all of that's free, and I've made $30. So please donate. I appreciate it so much, no matter how much it is. If it's $10, $20, it's keeping me going. It's keeping me motivated. I woke up today and the mood was very much like, okay, not feeling motivated today. But I'm doing these anyways just because I'm called to do it. The light is good. It's a beautiful day. And I figured, okay, someone's going to resonate, hopefully, with these, no matter what. So I'm going to pull some cards. Let's see. Okay, so card number 1, group 1 is going to be this card. Card number 2 is this card, group 2. And then group number 3, this is group 3. Okay, so I'm going to jump into group 1 and just go from there and start reading. So the card that I pulled was from my Marseille deck, and this is the 8 of Cups, and this is about letting go of the old, embracing the new, things that haven't really been working. It's funny because there's this part in this movie, Necessary Roughness, which is like an older movie from like 100 years ago, but it's actually a really funny movie, but where the coach is like, let's analyze what's working for us, and then he's like, not a goddamn thing. Not this suit, not this tie. And so you might have that feeling today. You might have that feeling today, group 1, or you might have that feeling in general, like just in general that, things are not shaking down the way you would like. Maybe you're, struggling in some areas of your life where you just feel overall like the words that are coming to mind, like nothing's working. Like that's what's coming to my mind. And, it could be the energy of the times. It could be, you personally going through a rough spot. It could be also something that may be necessary for your growth, but you'll appreciate it later, potentially. So this is the lesson from this card. Like the biggest lesson from this card is everything that we let go of opens up a space for the new to come in. And as hard as that is to let it go, if you start to think about it sort of like the glass half full, right? It's more of like the perspective of this energy of the new coming in, which is exciting. It's exciting. It opens up a door. It opens up a window, gives you a new opportunity to do something or to experience something which you didn't get to experience before. And life is really about experiences, and people don't really understand that because we're so entrenched in like capitalism and like what we're buying and like all that stuff. But yeah, it's just an energy that I think is going to depend on each person, but it's a little bit more like, to me, like the energy is needing to embrace the new, whatever the new might be, whether it's a new clothes, new makeup, new, workout routine, a new diet plan. I'm getting a tingle on the diet. New, just a new approach to life, and maybe doing things that you wouldn't normally do. If you've never been to certain places or done certain things, this is the time to do it. This is like, embracing that new energy is super important. We do have the star card showing up here also. And the star card is about feng shuiing your life. Maybe getting some plants, maybe planting a garden. Everybody's talking about gardening right now because, this is the time to, plant some seedlings and things like that. And maybe start stuff inside. But the more green you have in your life, the more money you're going to have flowing in. So it's funny. I always tell this story, but I planted a whole bunch of apple trees from seed when I lived in Virginia just before I started my YouTube channel. At that time, I was like, it can't hurt. I'm just going to plant as many as I can. I just got some plastic pots, and I was like, I'm just going to keep planting until I get to a point where I feel like, money is flowing again. and the crazy thing is all of my seedlings came up. And in the end, I donated them or gave them to friends and to coworkers. And the more green that I had at that time, the more apple trees I planted at that time, the more prosperous I was. And I actually felt like it did actually work. So those of you who want to do some kind of, who are into kind of plant medicine, plant magic, things like that, definitely utilize the apple for sure. I said it before, but I'm saying it again. Why not? Some of you do have like a spending problem. Oh, hi, Lori. Lauren, is it Lori? Thanks so much for the love. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to keep trucking here. The moon's in Taurus. It's not my favorite, but I'm trucking it. That's just how it's got to be. Lori, if you would like to get a private reading, I definitely have time for it. So please book a private reading at $75 for half an hour. I'm sure we'll go over time, but you can always send a payment through Venmo or PayPal if you want to do a private reading. I love reading for clients. It's honestly like incredibly rewarding. And it's a thing that, when I didn't read as much, I missed that. I missed the connection that I had to the clients. Well, Lori, the thing is that my videos fell off the algorithm, okay? And I'm no longer able to monetize my videos. So essentially all these readings are free. And the YouTube algorithm doesn't like the video. Basically, anybody who has priority placement has advertisements, okay? Like that, because everybody's got to be making money with YouTube, right? So the fact that I'm only getting 66 views on some of these, and like one of my other ones that I did post, it was like 18 views. I'm like, that's sad. But you know what? I don't care because this is just what I'm called to do right now. So, but like in the back in the day, my videos were, between like like 2 to 7,000 views, and now I've got like 60 views. It's funny, and sad, but that's okay. I'm going to continue on here where I left off just to see what we get for more cards for this. This is group 1, Lori, just so you know, you jumped in and I'm reading for group 1 of my Pick a Card Live. Um, even though, like, okay, so whatever you've let go of, there is a new beginning happening here. There is a new beginning because we have this new beginnings card, and the new beginning could be a new relationship, a new job, a new apartment, a new home, new money. Some of you maybe new location. Yeah, I mean, going back to Lori, what you're saying, I think, I'm just gonna say this, and I felt at a certain point that YouTube had made some very strong decisions as far as what they wanted the future of YouTube to be. And it was no longer supporting the smaller channels. It was really just supporting the advertisement and people. That's really what it became. It just became all about money. And then, the smaller channels maybe didn't get so much views, and maybe they lost business or maybe lost money, and then they had to do something else. I literally had to do something else. How am I supposed to survive? Like I said, this problem for me has been ongoing since 2017. I mean, and then I got pissed off at someone who said that why should they donate because I wasn't creating, and I had made 1,100 videos. I had made that much work. And so they had said that, and that just pissed me off. So I just made everything private, basically. It took me like 3 days to make my entire channel private, but that's what I did. And then one day, not that long ago, I don't know, I watched some of my old content. And then I was like, people need to hear what I have to say, And I resonated with my old content. And I looked back on it and I was like, people really need to hear me right now. They really need me right now, And so I started to make things public again. And then I had like this interesting experience where I started to see myself in a different way. And I don't know how to explain it, but I started to see myself in a less harsh way. And I started to see I basically started to love myself. And I loved myself so much that I looked back all the way back, and I was no longer judgmental of myself. I was no longer picking apart what I looked like, or what my hair looked like, or how crappy my clothes were, or, it was just it was just and so I went back and I made everything public, basically, except for a few things, which, which really isn't much. So I think there's still 1,100 videos on this channel. And so nobody can really say that I'm not producing, but it's I think it was 2017 was the time where YouTube made that decision. And so it changed everything. And then people didn't really understand. They didn't really understand what happened. Maybe mainly because they weren't seeing my content. Maybe they weren't watching my content. Maybe they just didn't know. Maybe they didn't have the notifications turned on. I don't know. That's kind of just what happened. And then I went into healthcare for 3 years. And it's not like I didn't care. I mean, I did reading still, but it's not like I was doing it like I was, So that's the thing. People just didn't understand. And I've said this before, but I lost someone really close to me when I lived in Omaha in 2019. He passed at the end of 2018. And so that changed my life. And then I moved back to Washington State and got a job, working out here in healthcare, and then lost my dad. And that changed my life. So I really am I'm a different person, not only because the way I see myself, but also because I feel like life has, I've had different experiences and I'm just a different person. So nobody's gonna be able to fuck around with me anymore, basically. I'm not here for games. I'm not here for shits and giggles. If people want to support me, they can support me. If they don't support me, then I won't be doing videos. That's the bottom line. Because I've continued to record, like I said, I think I have yeah, December. It was December 2018. Yeah. Yeah. But I also was supposed to die. Like I was supposed to die in October of 2018. Well, October, November 2018. And then the other reason I'm recording this is because I've been going through what I call exit points myself personally recently, a couple of weeks ago. So a couple of weeks ago, I saw the portal of light door, and I thought, oh my God, okay, like I thought I had more time, and but maybe I don't. And I was like, I'm just gonna do what I can and record what I can and say what I want and not give a fuck and just be totally honest and upfront with everybody. And people have been very welcoming, but at the same time, nobody's donating. Nothing's really changed with YouTube. Like, no, people still aren't seeing my videos, so people aren't booking readings. So it's just like I'm making this content. Oh, thank you. I do drink a lot of water, but I'm making this content mainly because I'm called to do it. That's the thing right now. So it's not about like I could say, yeah, I'm hoping to kind of revitalize my business, but who knows if I'm going to be here. So, if I revitalize my business, it's not going to make a difference if I pass, Oh, okay. I want to get back to these cards. Lori, I'm distracted. But it's good that I'm talking about this. Maybe somebody will listen, maybe somebody will watch this video and resonate and understand, that maybe they were a content creator too, and they took time out because they had to, and it's not ideal. Just live and see. Is that what you're saying, Lori? Huh? The thing is, Lori, the funny thing is that at first it was more like there were subconscious things and then there's unconscious things. And right now I'm at a point where I can't control it. I can't control it. If I pass, I pass. If I don't, I don't. There's no way that I can control it. But so on to these cards. Okay, so group one, we do have the Ace of Pentacles coming in from the outside, which is about enjoying the simple things in life, having some contentment. This is also good luck, and it's about well, someone said that luck is about being in the flow, and that could be true. Usually when this card shows up, it means that there's more prosperity to be had later down the line. So it's the beginning of something. So again, we have a new beginning, plus we have this lucky coin, which to me is very, very, it bodes well for anything that you're doing or you're starting new. There's a lot of positive energy there. We do have the Passion card, the Sex and Passion card. And hi, Christy. Thanks so much for joining. Sex and Passion card is prosperity and fertility and success because of sheer willpower and courage. This is yin yang. This is male female, obviously male female, but it is also having the will to kind of get through stuff. And I feel like whatever it is that you're embarking on is going to be very successful. There's a lot of financial prosperity there. You got the money card. I call this the money card, the cash card. And to me, it's like, it's the flow. I call this the cha-ching card. It can also indicate two jobs or two opportunities. Maybe you get two job offers. Maybe it's not just one, and maybe you end up working two. But there's a lot of really cool rewards that are coming for group 1. Positive rewards, especially in the finance department. But also, those of you who want to get laid, there's an opportunity for that too, and I'll link here. So I'm going to move on to group 2 and see what I get for group 2. Thanks, Christy. I just want to say thank you. I appreciate it. I was telling Lori that my videos have fallen off the YouTube algorithm. Oh, hi, Rizzy. Thanks for showing up again. I appreciate it. Because my videos aren't able, like I'm not able to advertise or monetize. So basically YouTube is not prioritizing them at all. Like people are not seeing them. So even if I recorded like 5 a day, it's not going to make a difference because YouTube's like, I don't care unless you're monetizing. Anyways, I don't care. So group 2, this is the card that I pulled. Rizzy and Christy, this would be you guys, except this may be applicable to other people. And because you weren't watching in the beginning, it's possible that you might not resonate with these either, but just letting you know. I'm structuring these lives as pick a card readings so that I have some structure to helps me move through the video, if that makes sense. This card is about budgeting. So group 2, this is about linear thinking and budgeting. And sometimes this is about returning stuff just so you have the extra cash. This can be restrictions, limitations, and narrow-mindedness in some cases. Some cases, this is like, worrying about like every penny that you have. So like unlike group 1, group 2 is a little bit more, maybe more concerned about money and like just trying to budget as best they can and like just trying to make ends meet basically. But it's also like the tunnel vision of thinking like, oh my god, I don't have this, and I need this for this date and this for that date, and it's just difficult energy to get through sometimes. Oh, okay. So you also got the Natural Humility card, which is a really sweet card. This card is about making up with someone, like admitting you're wrong, admitting you have feelings, saying you're sorry. Owning your shit, basically. It's practicing being a good human, being kind, truthful, and vulnerable. I love this card. This is a great card. So if any of you have have a person in your life where you're maybe not talking to them, or maybe there's been some bad energy, bad blood, or just like, you haven't been on the same page, this is like making up basically in this deck, which is one of my favorite cards in this deck. Like it's possible in the past that maybe like this person had a wall up, you or this person had a wall up, and that wall was contributing to this problem. Some of you do have a progressive mindset. Maybe you're planning on living off grid someday, or living on a farm someday, or working from home. There is some work from home energy. If you get a job, you might end up working from home. There is a lot of communication that's going to be coming through because you got the open contact card. And that to me is about communication, whether it's texting, email, writing. You've got some interesting blockages. Some of you are having an affair with someone, or there's this element of the hidden, the secrecy. The secrecy is not always about cheating and being cheated on. It can indicate stuff that's like not apparent or not being shown to you right away. I don't like it when the guides block. Like they go quiet and they're like, we're not going to tell you because it's a surprise. I feel like this is more for most people. This is stuff you don't know about. This is stuff you don't know about. And like specifically, usually it's a person that's not telling you something. They can also be withholding information also. Withholding information is sort of like this gray area where it's not entirely lying, but most people would say that it is lying. Like they're not saying, they're not telling you, no, I didn't go and sleep with her. They're just not telling you that they went and slept with her. Yeah, hiding feelings, that's possible too. But again, we have rejecting emotion, the card about rejecting emotion, which to me is more about rejection in general. People that have a difficult time with rejection, or they have a difficult time in communicating somehow, or they don't care about having an emotional bond. They don't care about the emotional, conversation. Sometimes people just want to have sex. Sometimes they just want to play. Sometimes they want to flirt. Sometimes they just want what they want and it has nothing to do with emotions. Sometimes this is where, like this is a person that shows up in your life and they don't want to have a long-term relationship for various reasons. It may be that they're cheating. It may be that they're not interested. It may just be that they're not into it for whatever reason. Like this rejection card comes up for whatever reason. The weird thing is the outcome is this love card. So I don't know how we're getting there. I really just don't know how we're getting there. I pulled another love card. Yeah, I've seen that too, Christy. I've seen that too. Like I dated someone where they didn't want a relationship necessarily. I thought like I was the only one that they were dating, but there were a bunch of other people that they were dating at the same time. They may have said that they were dating other people, but their actions said to me that they were into me, but then at the end of the day, I found out that they were into a whole bunch of other people too. And I was like, how is that possible that you're so into me and then also dating all these other people? So it's complicated with dating. It just is, there is a lot of love here. And there's some hope here. So for some of you, either you're living in some kind of fantasy of like ending up with a person, or you literally will end up with a person even though there's these blockages. It's really hard to tell. Whatever's been hidden is going to come to the surface. I feel like that's very clear. And you're going to have to make some decisions based on that. And I don't know if you're going to, like you may decide later on, if you get to know someone or decide later on, like you find something out, I don't think you're going to continue. As much as you might like a person or love a person, it's going to be too hard for you to accept. That's my feeling. That's this energy. Was this where was I? Was this group 2? Yeah, this is group 2. I don't really know where to go from here. I'm going to move on to group 3. I'm getting lost. I have been reading a bunch today, and sometimes this happens. Where there really just aren't any messages. I get to a natural end where there's no more messages. So I'm going to clear the slate here and look at group 3. If you do guys, if you have questions, please send me a payment through Venmo for $25 or donate $25 for questions. It's $25 per question. Okay. So group 3, if you chose group 3, is the Four of Wands. My event is at OracleDaphne. So it's the @ sign OracleDaphne. Okay, so Four of Wands is the jumping for joy card. Yep. Yep. You'll see it. Yeah, at OracleDaphne. Yep. Only the O and the D are capitalized. That's the only difference. Oh, hey, Toya. Thanks so much for showing up. I appreciate it. Good to see you. So I'm going to lay out this spread here. Okay, so jumping the coast, the joy card, the Four of Wands, is very positive card, regardless of, you know, whatever's happening. You guys did get this Nine of Swords in the immediate future, and the Nine of Swords to me is about a person who's scared. Now, if you're male and you're watching this and, you know, you're having a difficult time with, you know, maybe not wanting to commit, because this is maybe not wanting to commit, this is where this is you. But ladies, if you're watching and you're dealing with someone, honestly, I call this the chicken shit. You know, this is like the guys that need to get the balls. You know, they don't have the balls. They're just terrified of getting hurt. They're terrified of what would happen. They don't want to risk getting into a commitment. You know, it's the hemming and the hawing about commitment, you know, issue with this Knight of Swords. For those of you who are not dating, let's just say hypothetically not dating, and watching later in time, this is having worst case scenario, having like the worst case scenario mindset, worrying, having a lot of worries and fears about the future. Oh, thanks, Toya. I appreciate that. People have said that I'm looking good lately, and I'm like, well, I've been juicing. I juice a lot of celery. Every time I juice celery, I feel like I look better. It just clears my face for some reason, or just clears my energy. Yep, that's it, Christy. That's it. At OracleDaphne. Yep. That's my Venmo. The outcome for group 3, I want to say this, is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is, you know, a card that usually indicates some kind of bitterness of not really being over this situation. There may be some energy of like waiting for someone to come back to, because of the Seven of Pentacles, or waiting for this person to make up their mind, you know? Those of you who aren't in relationships, and you may just be kind of, things just may be taking a really long time, you know? Things might be moving much slower than you would like. I feel like that there's gonna be people around you that are supportive of you. And I feel like despite any slowness or despite any worries and fears that you may have, I feel like you're going to kind of get back on track. That's what I feel like. It's more of a getting back on track, getting back on the horse. And I'll wink here. Why not? Gotta check my chat again. There's so many people now. So we also have, you know, this Eight of Pentacles card. To me, that is working. That's a 40-hour work week. That's working. That's collecting. To me, it's collecting things. That's what I'm getting right now. I'm seeing collecting things. My God's like, it's collection. The spider has a collection of things. Now, the spider has a collection of dead insects that it's about to drain their blood. This is metaphorical, though. This is not literal. You may be dealing with like a vamp person. Like, you know, this could be a douchebag person or someone who's just taking energy. Oh, thank you so much, Christy. I appreciate that. I'm telling you, it's the celery juice. That's it. It's celery juice. I attribute it to celery juice. Um, I try to take good care of myself, and over time, I've learned more self care. Like the more self care I do, the better I feel like I look. And so the more celery juice I do, the more I do with my hair, things like that. I think I just got. Ah, Toya, that's so funny. Thanks, Toya. I appreciate the donation. You want skin like mine, Toya? That's so sweet. Honestly, you'll see a difference if you. Okay, so the way I do my celery juice, Toya. Okay, so this is for anybody who's listening, is I take 4 or 5 stalks of organic celery. I wash them and I chop them and I put them into a blender and I add distilled or purified water. And it's like, I don't know, I basically filled the blender up like about halfway of water. And then I blend it. And then I strain it with basically any strainer you got. And then I drink it. This is I do first thing in the morning. I can't do it every day. But I find the more that I do it, it doesn't really matter what else I eat. It's like it just clears up my skin. You'll start to see it within a day or two. Like if you do juice, like if you do it like several days in a row, you'll start to see it. It's weird because I start to see it's like the skin, the texture of my skin changes when I am drinking celery juice. And it changes my mood and it clears out my kidneys and it just does so much for my body that I feel like I wish that I basically could do it every day. And I wish I had done it when I was younger because I feel like I'm a lot healthier now that I do that than when I was younger. Now I'm gonna tell you I still eat crackers and chips and sometimes ice cream. But the thing is that I try to take care of myself and that's all we can do. Um I drink the celery juice first thing in the morning. Yeah, Toya sent me $5 for my advice on celery juice. I honestly saw a YouTuber do it. I don't know how long ago. And I was like, huh, okay, maybe I'll just try that because it seemed simple, like it was something simple that I could do. So I tried it and then I continued to try it and I noticed a difference. And then I noticed a lot of difference, especially because I was going to the gym every day and people started to notice, how different I looked. Like my face changed and yeah, it was just one of those crazy things that changed. I'm looking through the chat. Christy, I'm not sure if you sent a payment yet. I haven't seen it come through. I guess I'm waiting to see if you want me to answer your question. I'm gonna clear my cards here so that if you do send it, I'll be ready. Christy, I haven't seen it. I'm gonna pull some cards while I'm waiting for Christy. If you're not able to send it, that's okay. Please let me know though, like in the chat. I want to see what else we get here. Okay. Ooh. Wow. Okay, so we got some cool cards here showing up. Those of you who are watching, I know that we don't have like a group 4. I guess this is where if we had a group 4, this would be group 4. I pulled some other additional cards while I'm waiting, and it says Soul Journey, and you can see there's like the stairway, and of course the portal that I was talking about me dying. I was talking to Lori in the beginning about me dying, and this is what I'm talking about, basically. What happens when you complete your karma is that you basically have completed all the things that you came here to complete. So some of you may have just completed your karma. Some of you may need to work on letting something go that's finished, because to me this is the final. This is like, it's like when we die, something is final. So maybe if you've completed your karma, my suggestion would be to move on from anything. But it's also about the soul journey. It's about, like, in some way, the soul journey is about not really knowing what comes next. Like, this is what this card's about. It's like not really knowing what comes next because you've already completed what you came here to complete. That's how I interpret this card. It's a really cool card. Those of you who are light workers or people who, just, maybe spiritual masters already. I'm seeing a Pegasus and I'm seeing a castle. Things that I normally don't see. I'm seeing a lot of horses. I'm seeing a new home. So, like, for some of you, I'm seeing a new home. Like, there's something about a new home. And I don't know where it is, but I'm seeing a home. Like, it has a home. It's got a roof. It's got, like, a little barn and maybe, like, a little garage. I see a car parked out front. It might be by the water, but it doesn't have to be. I am seeing the ocean. I'm seeing a lake. Yeah. Are you guys still there? I'm totally getting lost in this now. I'm getting lost in this card. Oh, you just did? I haven't seen it come through yet. That's okay. It'll probably come through in just a minute. My cell phone can be a little bit slow. The Soul Journey card, just so you guys know, is also about passing away. Okay. So those of you who, this may not be you, but this could be somebody in your life that passes away. I was reading earlier for another group where I saw this, where they were going to have, like, multiple people in their family pass away, but I feel like this is less you. I feel like this is more somebody you know. That's my feeling. I also feel like some of you, we have so you have this alignment card. Some of you, you're getting pulled out of your alignment. So getting pulled out of your alignment means you're spending too much time talking to a specific person, maybe staying up late, maybe not following through with your normal routines. That, to me, it feels like out of alignment, where you're not necessarily in a routine. It's easy to fall out of alignment and not eat right, not sleep right. Sometimes when you meet somebody new, or, like, say somebody passes away, or something major happens, and I'm getting a tingle on that. So somebody may pass away and there's some kind of like not being in alignment. Yep, Christy, I just got it. Yep. This is the perfect time, Christy. Okay, for you, if you want to ask me your question, go ahead. I will pull some cards. Oh, interesting. Toy, that's interesting. Yes, Christy, I did receive it. I'm not sure if you heard me. I'm laying out some cards here for you. Please, ask your question. I do want to tell everybody that I don't have too much time more because my battery is running low. Christy, I'm not sure if you're still there. You'll need to ask me a question, dear. I don't see it in the comments. Patricia, whoever just joined, my battery is running low. If you'd like to send a payment for $25, then you can ask a question in the next live I do, if you'd like. You can also send me a payment for $75 and book a private reading whenever is available, whatever is a good time for you. It's up to you. It looks like Christy's not answering, and I don't know what's going on with Christy. She sent me a payment, but I don't see any questions. You don't see it. I'm just concerned about my memory on my cell phone. My battery on my cell phone. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything coming through yet for as far as questions. Christy's, I'm going to reach out to her privately. Oh, here we go. What do I see about the X? I see. Okay, so I had laid out some cards while I was waiting for you. I see that there's no contact, but there's going to be contact again. I feel like this is more of a pause than a breakup for like a final breakup. It's up to you, obviously, if you want to be with him or not, but I feel like it's more of a pause. I don't feel like it's like a final breakup. I don't see any cards about it being absolutely final. Christy, if that answers your question. To me, it doesn't feel final to me. Do you have kids together, or do you have anything together yeah, time on your phone? I don't know. Christy, all I can tell you is that from what I can see, it's not over. I'm not sure if you can hear me. You're gonna need to watch back and like watch the video again potentially, because I'm telling you that I don't see that it's fully over or fully finished. I see that there's like some, I don't know, like a strong pull to each other, potentially even like kind of like addictive type behaviors, where maybe they're addicted to you or kind of addicted to them. I don't feel like he's really making a lot of time for you. I don't feel like or space for you. But I also don't feel like it's over. Oh, hey Mona. Thanks so much. To answer your question, I don't see it being fully over. I feel like there's like something between you that is very special, but I don't think that I just don't see that it's over. That's what my honest opinion is. And there might be a surprise. Like you might feel like, okay, you decided, okay, you're not going to talk to him or whatever. And then maybe out of the blue, you get a text message. You know, a lot of times that can happen. Or out of the blue, you don't really expect to text him, but maybe you've been drinking, or maybe like, you know, you have a low moment and then like you end up texting him again or something like that. Because Christy, I'm not able to really. I haven't seen any other comments come through from you. There may be like a delay on your phone. There might be a delay also because this is a live reading. I can't really offer too much more information than that. I can just tell you that to answer your question, no, I don't believe that it's over, and no, I think that there's something more. It's odd because I don't know. My feeling is that there could be another person, but I'm not seeing any cheating cards here show up. So I can't confirm that it's he's cheating, but I can tell you that I think that you're to continue to live your life, stay on track with your life. And then if it happens where you reconnect with him and it feels good, then go for that, you know? I feel like he most likely, unless you were to contact him or unless out of the blue he contacts you, I feel like he's going to move on or you're going to move on. That's what I see. Is it fully over? No, because there's like potential for it to be something else. Hey, Patty. Thanks so much for joining. I wish I could stay on here longer, guys, but I have to go because my cell phone is running low on battery. So that's going to be all for now. I wish everyone big hugs, big kisses. Thank you so much for participating in this chat. Toya, thanks again for being always supportive. And, you know, Christy, hopefully I've answered your question. If not, you can always reach out to me by email. Thank you so much. I wish you guys the best. Take care. Bye, guys.